Hi, I'm Gina and I'm going to show you how to do front wrap cross carry with a newborn using Soul's Prism Surprise. This is a size 6, which is my base -1. Since I'm not wrapping a newborn, I can eke it out. So we start with the middle marker centered. I like to start with it just between my breasts, tied on my chest, since we want the baby to be close enough to kiss. And I'm going to take one hand, slide it down the top rail of the wrap. It's going to come under my elbow, around my back, and over onto the other side. So you can see that the purple is the top rail. I have the purple on top of my chest here, and the purple is closest to my neck over here. That's a good way to see that there's no twist in the wrap. The wrap is twisted across your back. It might get a little bit dingy and uncomfortable, and we don't want that when you're wearing babies. Do the same thing on the other side. So I like to stretch my hand down the rail, bend my elbow. You see the wrap comes under my elbow, so it's going under my first arm and over my second. Now I have this nice big pocket for my baby. I do have a big baby, but he's not quite this big, so we're gonna tighten it up a little bit. So the great thing about a wrap like the Prism line is the stripes. They're great for new wearers because you know exactly where you need to tighten your wrap. So this is my purple. I'm gonna pull on the purple to tighten it up, and we can see it tighten there. Then we wanna tighten through the middle. So I'm gonna tighten a little bit through each section of the wrap. Notice how I'm pulling the wrap out to tighten instead of pulling down. This is to avoid keeping tension or getting tension onto my shoulders, which would interfere with my tightening. If I pull out, I'm getting a straight line across the wrap instead of pulling down and creating friction on my shoulders. So now I have this pocket. I'm gonna go get my baby and put him in. Hello. So this is Baby Bean. I'm gonna bring him up over my shoulder like we're burping. I reach in through the bottom of the wrap to grab his feet, and I pull the wrap over his body as I lower him into that pocket. You can see the middle marker is right on his chest here. I'm going to grab this bottom rail, tuck it under between his legs to create his seat, and now I'm going to tighten. So again, grabbing each color, pulling up across my back. Big brother just got home. To tighten it like this. My baby isn't secure yet, and then I'm gonna put this between my knees. My baby isn't secure yet, so I keep a hand on him at all times. And now I'm going to tighten the other section of the wrap. Again, bringing it over my shoulder, above my shoulder, and giving a little wiggle. We have just a little bit more slack here than I would like. So the last thing I'm going to do is bring this over, both tails over my shoulder in a V to give a little wiggle and tighten it up. So now these are my tails. I bring them down between my baby's legs. I'm gonna do a little twist here just because he's quite small, and it helps keep the fabric a little bit off of him. I bring the tails around to my back and tie a double knot. As you can see, I have barely enough tail to tie a double knot. This is base -1 for me. Please always tie a double knot, particularly when tying in the back, to keep your carry secure and make sure baby doesn't slip. So you can see now that Baby Bean is close enough to kiss. I can see his face when I look down, and when I lean forward, his body stays nice and close to mine. So good luck, enjoy wrapping your baby and those baby snuggles.